It's just before 6:30 in the morning here. Brian Singh here from Brian's Table, and I am here in Agra, India. So that could mean only one thing, Taj Mahal. Let's go. 33 years ago, I stood in front of the Taj Mahal, awestruck by its perfect symmetry, its luminous marble, and the deep love story etched into its walls. But I was also shocked at the adjacent polluted river and saddened by how poorly this wonder of the modern world was maintained. Returning now, the magic of the site and its story is still there, but so much has changed. India's most iconic monument is now under the careful management of their federal government, with enhanced conservation efforts to protect it from pollution, the water table, and time. For visitors, a new rail service from Delhi has made the journey smoother, and regulations ensure a more sustainable, if not more restricted experience. And yes, there are more people visiting it than ever before, so the crowds are dancing. But beyond the logistics, what truly struck me was how different this visit felt. Not just because the world has changed, but also I have, and I got to experience it with my sisters. For one, whom this was her first visit. This was the Taj Mahal, now in a rapidly modernizing and environmentally aware India. Let me show you what I found. So we just met our guide Vinay, and like all the vagaries of India, this is a tripod, even though I use it as a selfie stick. So we're going to be filming in such a way that I'm going to be doing my handheld, maybe for part of it, but also I may have to take off my microphone, which I keep here, and yeah, there's a lot of these odd rules because, again, they think that you're trying to set off a bomb in some of these places. And I get it because there's a lot of times that these monuments have been targeted by, by activists as a place to go and to make a statement. I'm not really here to do that. I'm just really wanting to tell a story of me returning to the Taj Mahal and enjoying that. So my research indicates that selfie sticks were allowed. I thought this was a selfie stick, but we'll see what comes out there, and hopefully we should be able to reassemble my setup and tell the story that we have to tell of me visiting Taj Mahal. Anyhow, I'm going to get in the car now, and we're hopefully going to get there and everything will be okay. The guide was telling me that it's illegal, or there's a fine for feeding the monkeys. And people feed the monkeys all the time. So this is another one of the challenges of India, where they really try hard to enforce rules that nobody follows. Here's a really interesting one for you. There is important information for visitors to the Taj Mahal, okay? Look at where it is. There is there's a fence here that you can't read things, right? You know, it gives you all the information. It's there in English and it's there in Hindi, and you can't read the rest. Come on, India tourism, you could do better than that. You can make things very clear for visitors. One thing that we were just given is we have these covers to put on over our feet, over our shoes when we go on. So it's good to see that this attention to detail is being made in terms of the preservation of the site. Okay, folks, at this point, I'm just going to abandon making a movie of what I'm doing here, and I'm just going to go and see the site, because one of the things is yes, I did take the chance to bring my selfie stick tripod, but they're calling it a tripod. And now I want to check it in here at the check-in, but they're not letting me do that. So I have to leave my entire bag here, or this. So it's a little confusing. Okay folks, YouTube is off for me, and I'm going to post this video to let people know of the complexities of how to do the Taj Mahal, okay? Okay, we've adapted. I'm going to have to use my hands on this one because of the archaic rules of what you deal with in India. It's terrible, you know, it's like they just have these very arbitrary rules that are enforced sometimes and often not enforced. Anyhow, let's just make this all just a little bit better for all of us. And get on with this. It's always frustrating. It really is. You know, sometimes you don't have on the right shoes, sometimes you don't have on the right pants. If you have leather on, they have all these very arbitrary things here that make it very frustrating. And while they even, as I did show you, the sign there, there's a lot of people who just break the rules all the time. Anyhow, they're doing a wonderful job here, I gotta say. The site is a lot cleaner than what it used to be, to be quite honest. One of my greatest memories of coming to the Taj Mahal was just noticing how beautiful it was, but at the same time, how much garbage and trash was around it. It was quite shocking to me. And they are making a lot more effort to maintain the integrity of the site. It's still morning here, and yes, a lot more people coming in. But, you know, this is going to be very much a handheld type trip and a handheld type recording. And hopefully we should be able to make it through it and get this whole tour. This, which I'm showing you right now, is the central line of the Taj Mahal. That is the point of symmetry for the entire complex. 7:20 a.m. and like everybody else here, we got the same idea. There you go. Got the obligatory pick. It's quite amusing that they have the whole process down, know exactly where you're supposed to take a picture and where the best places are. It's very helpful because again, when you have this many people visiting a site, you really do have to get people through as quickly and concisely as possible.
Because we are not in the center now. Center is this fountain. That platform is the center. So if you go exactly in the middle of this fountain, then it becomes exactly equal. If you go other side and this one's come forward, just go further back. So symmetry you can see only from the center.
Yep.
Look at the beautiful reflection of Taj Mahal here. And you can see from here the south gate, which is closed now. It's open 8 o'clock. South gate is not affected with the sunrise or sunset. These two gates, east or west, open at the time of sunrise and close at the time of sunset.
Everybody's waiting to do the same thing. Now raining a bit, so we're headed for inside, I think like everybody else. This marble surface, you need to have a pair of shoes with a bit of grip, okay guys? This guy is very good, I give him that. He really has navigated a lot for us very quickly, so I'd highly recommend that if you do come here, get a good guide. Get one who really knows the ins and outs of this place.
So this beautiful building, Taj Mahal, built by Shah Jahan, only for his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, as a token of love. Never used as a religious place or like a residential palace. No one's lived here, never ever. Intentionally he built as a symbol of love to the queen after 6 months of her death. So she never saw finished, but she died at the time of childbirth. At the time of her death, she expressed the wish, you build something over my grave which no compare in the world. That's why he built the Taj Mahal. And Taj Mahal itself is not an ordinary building. He built as a paradise for the queen after 6 months of her death. How's paradise? Because it's building from inside, it's in an octagon shape. From the outside is a square. Because in a two-layer, inside layer makes octagon, and octagon building in Islam is the shape of paradise. This design they copied from Mecca. Itself is a paradise for Muslims. Black writing. It's a verses of Quran. Writing you saw at the gate or here is not same. All the different texts used here to protect this Taj Mahal by the evil eyes. Writing is not a part of the design. Shah Jahan, who built this beautiful building, his real name was Khurram. When he became a king, he gave a title for himself, Shah Jahan. He had 3 wives. Before 2 wives don't give any kids, any children. That's why Shah Jahan was married with Mumtaz Mahal. Her real name was Arjuman Bano Begum before marriage. After marriage, she became a queen and he gave a title for her, Mumtaz Mahal. The Lady of Taj, who spent 18 years of married life with king, and during this period she gave 14 kids in 18 years. So 8 kids died at the time of delivery, remaining 6, 4 sons and 2 daughters. So the younger son Aurangzeb, he was crazy for power, for money, he wants to become a king. That's why he put the father as a house arrest in Agra fort for 8 years, and there he died natural death. After that, buried in Taj Mahal. So inside there's 2 graves, queen and the king, both buried inside. But interesting part of the graves is not symmetrical. How is possible? Because the queen grave built by king himself and king grave built by daughter. He thought my father was king, so grave must be bigger, so destroy the symmetry. So person who built it is different and time period is different. That's why the grave's not same. Except the grave, the whole building is symmetrical. Around the building we have 4 towers. The towers looks like a straight, but not a straight. It's a leaning outside from the top like this. So in case of earthquake, this tower fall down outside. If it is fall down over the building, it would be damaged. This Taj Mahal construction work started in 1631, completed in 1653, took 22 years. Around 32 millions of rupees spent on it. It was a labor cost because the labor done here everything by hand. And labor done that work. That's the most beautiful part of the building, like there's a flowers and leaf design. Same we have around the building as well as inside also. When we go there, you can touch it, you can feel yourself. These are not paintings, these are the real gems, real semi-precious stones they inlaid in the marble. These gems glow in the moonlight. Taj Mahal open the night also, but not every day, 5 days in a month during the full moon. This corner they close it for tourists because the reason is this could be collapse.
In 1991, that area was full of garbage. I'm glad to see that's all cleaned up now. And at this point, we're going to be cutting off the camera, and we'll be coming on after we exit the mausoleum.
Son, the father in Agra fort as a house arrest for 8 years, and then he died natural death. After that, buried in Taj Mahal. The king grave supposed to be there, not complete, that's why buried inside. Nowadays, this part is developed as a garden, green, because the pollution balance. See the sun come out. So let's go this way because that side looks more beautiful than the sun with the sunlight.
In 1991, when I came for the first time, there was no fence, and that river was chock full of garbage. They've done a very good job. As frustrating as it is for me to try to work through these rules and not have all the right equipment, you know, it is something that, yes, as a videographer, you'll get frustrated from time to time, but I'll take ownership that some of those things were advised of me. I wanted to see what that, how the rules applied, and yes, I did find out that at the Taj Mahal, they do apply them very strictly. So, for the budding YouTubers like myself, please, follow the rules as best you can. Because again, yes, they're just trying to do their job, and we should just do our best to support them. But it's also, India really does need to do better in terms of if they are going to have those rules, they should be enforced equally across all sites. thing, the surprising thing is that it gets even more crowded than this. Let's see if we get a shot of the Taj Mahal up.
Cloudy, then this part looks more beautiful. Sunrise light effects come from this side. The Taj Mahal from the port side exactly same. So this part looks more beautiful in the time of morning time. This is the pinnacle. Now on the top there's a pinnacle that used to be gold, now is a brass. I told you this building symmetrical. In case this part damaged, they can make a copy from the other side, front or the back side. But in case the pinnacle damage, how they replace? In case the whole pinnacle destroyed, then how they replace? You can have an idea about this pinnacle. The height of the pinnacle 30 feet 6 inch, around 10.2 meter, exactly like this.
Oh.
This is the height of the pinnacle. So in case the pinnacle damage, they can make a copy from here.
Oh.
And that's a symbol of 3 different religions. Exactly on the top is a Hindu design, Kalash. Then half moon is a Muslim design. Small dome is a Persian design. So they use here Indo-Islamic Persian architect, but no figure. Figure not allowed in Islam. So that's why I use the flowers and leaf design. So on the top there's a hook there. It's called curtain. They keep the curtains here for the privacy. When you stay in this guest house, they keep the curtains here as well.
Can you imagine the size of those curtains?
Oh wow.
See the water, in case the rainwater come on this red platform, through this hole, fall down here, then they have one hole this side, through the hole like this is divided.
So we're under a pipe here. There's a drain pipe.
Yeah, drain pipe, right.
Okay.
This is come, I show you.
Okay. Again, the drainage is always very interesting here. So it comes through here.
There is a one hole. Fall down here and through the hole, through a drain is divided in the garden. So no water wastage here.
Water management is key. Always. Once you get through the crush of humanity here, it's actually still pretty beautiful. It takes a bit of adjustment to get used to some of these sites where there's a lot more management and regulation. But again, they are trying. And I really do applaud them for that effort. As frustrating as it is to me sometimes, they are trying to bring some sort of equanimity to all visitors who are coming here, but also to try and maintain the integrity of these monuments, because it doesn't take much to it only takes one person, and one person is more than enough, especially when that building behind me needs to be preserved for multiple generations. With the little rain we had, tends to clean down the marble and take away a bit of the dust.
Taj Mahal is on a square platform, and from inside is octagon. That's why they keep the middle is a square, and then this is octagon. This is all the part of symmetry. In case this building damaged, they can make a copy from here. They had an idea about this building from this side.
Keep getting your last views of it. Okay, at this point, we say bye-bye Taj Mahal, and it was great to see you again after almost 33 years. It's still as magnificent as ever, and hopefully one day you too can come out here, check it out, and taste the world here in Agra and enjoy the Taj Mahal. Peace, folks.